Macarena, count to 100 with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That is 110. 11, 12,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
That is 210. 21, 22, 23, 24,
25, 26, 27, 28,
29, 30. That is 310. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Can I try this at home?
That is 410. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That is 510. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 59, 60. That is 610. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. That is 710. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. That is 810. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. That is 910. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. That is 1010.
Nana can take care of it.
My brain hurts. That was torture.
Now remember, kids. Never mind. Another time.
If you're gonna say what
If you ever needed dance lessons on the Macarena, now you can learn 10 times over.
from this guy.
Slow-mo, sped up, and everything in between.
And just completely annoying to the point where he just wanna like.
And that completes our blooper reel for episode 100 of the Wrestling Connection.
You get up
Yeah, my brain is
100.
fried.
Speaking of 100, welcome to the most must-see show to ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, or any airwaves, east, west, north, or south of our lovely little town of Bedford, Massachusetts.
The Wrestling
Connection. Woo!
And of course, yes, we have hit episode 100, folks.
The century mark.
Hit party music.
Do we have party music?
Because I feel
No
like
party-
dancing.
No party.
Ah,
All the surprises, you didn't have party music?
seriously? Come on.
Whatever
wanted
was you
party music.
thinking?
But yes, of course, folks, we have hit 100 episodes. 2 years later.
Yes, 2 years later, we have the madman himself, the future professional wrestling, Zack Martinkus.
Actually, I have
Well, he has a new moniker. He has a new nickname.
Yep. Well, back a year ago, back when I was at the Top Rope Promotions open house, I actually got earned the nickname the Anaconda Wolf. Kind of suits it, don't you think? So yes, from this point forward, now I have been known as the Anaconda Wolf, and I'm sticking to it just because it rocks.
Right. We have Jumpin', Mr. J, Julian Warren, alongside us once again, and he is frozen in shock. He's frozen in joy. He's denied the party music. The man needs to dance.
Episode 100, guys, you already know. Welcome to the show. We are excited and we're ready to party. So here we go.
And of course, I am your host, your connection to the wrestling world, your pontiff of professional wrestling, as always, Ken Hill, alongside my two vaunted co-hosts. We're going to bring you the biggest, the baddest, the most exciting, thrilling, big-time episode to date.
Not to mention the most awesomest episode.
Celebration ever. We will have music. We will have promos. We will have hilarity. We will even have passion. We will have everything your heart desires right here at the Wrestling Connections Slammin' 100th episode spectacular.
And unicorns?
Shut up with the unicorns.
Only if you're the New Day.
What's your
Wrestling Connection. Wrestling Connection. Wrestling Connection. Wrestling Connection.
Yeah.
Wrestling Connection. Say what?
Wrestling.
We rock.
All right. So, okay, before we get to the big time celebrations, before we jump in with everything.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
What the? No.
Oh,
Oh my God! We got a cake.
We have a cake.
It's good.
We got 2 cakes.
We got
two cakes.
We got good.
Oh God! One was one thing. 2.
Wow. Look at this.
Blow 'em
Dude.
up till they burn down.
Look at this.
Happy
What?
birthday, Wrestling Connection.
Happy
birthday, Wrestling Connection. Happy birthday, Wrestling Connection. Happy birthday
to the Rock.
Oh, I feel so special.
I didn't get a chance to blow any of the candles. Thanks a lot, you
Oh,
jerks.
come on, guys.
It takes 2 for you guys, but 1 for
for us.
me.
Hi.
There can only be 1.
And
King
what-
of Insanity.
And we have, of course,
I have a special gift from the studio.
We'd be
What?
remiss
For
to
you
mention
guys.
the new WK King of Pay-Per-View Champion.
This is from the champion and from the studio.
Mr. Greg Dolan.
So I present this to Ken Hill. This is the first member of the Bedford TV Centennial Club for 100 shows. This will hang in the studio. Congratulations. Good work.
You
Congrats,
did it,
Ken.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get a shot of this. This is an honor. Mm-hmm. I'm amazed. I'm honored to be a part of history, not just for wrestling, but for Bedford TV, for the town of Bedford. All I can say is I'm honored.
And I look forward to making one of these for the Bicentennial Club, I hope. Congrats, Ken.
And not to
Me
mention
too.
how we rock 100 episodes. 100 episodes later, we're still here, we're still awesome, we're still gorgeous, and we are absolutely bloody awesome.
Yes, we are.
Rock.
But I have to take time to say thank you to my good friend, Zach Martinkus. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been on board with this. But not only a special thank you to the captain of the squad, Mr. Ken Hill. You have brought me on board, and it is one crazy ride, and I'm looking to make memories with y'all. But one more thing. When did the legendary Money in the Bank briefcase get reduced to child's play?
Apparently, this is what the WWE does.
Re-
Shocker.
Look at this.
Reduces everything to child's play.
Yeah,
Oh
look
my
at this.
God, it's a
Look at this.
shocker.
Bring the camera in right here. Bring it right here. You see this pint-sized thing? I had something like this, and they changed me to this.
That's because that's how much the actual briefcase is probably worth.
Ow.
You see? I'm
Ouch.
crying real tears. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, but
Speaking of pay-per-views. Speaking of that, we're gonna start things. We're gonna start things off.
Are we
with
talking about Royal Rumble?
the Royal Rumble?
All right, here's what happened if you guys forgot.
Royal Rumble
Greg?
results.
God help us all. What
Mystery
happened?
person here. I'm gonna go with
He's gonna drag
Charlotte. I don't
Oh,
really
here
know
we
who
go
Becky
with
is.
the long
I did a little
drag out.
research and I saw that Charlotte is a city of 809,000 people in North Carolina. So I'm going Charlotte.
This is the
Luck of the
infomercial
night. No
music.
way
Turn
she
it
fits
off.
the whole city.
Oh my God, I missed this.
Honestly,
I missed this video, Craig. Thank you, Craig, for dumbing the IQs of every single person down to like 100 freaking points.
Greg?
Yeah, Ken. So you said that Del Rio is synonymous with Mexican wrestling, right?
Oh God.
So I did a little research. It actually means of the river. So I did a little research into Callisto to see what I could find. She's also a mythological Arcadian who transformed into a she-bear and then the Great Bear constellation. And there's just no way to pin an entire constellation of stars. I mean, the distances in between alone are unfathomable. So I'm going with Callisto.
Please,
Is he done?
oh my God, he quit talking.
Is
Thank
it the
you.
end of the show? Is it the end of the show already?
No, he just quit
Are you
talking.
done?
Darn.
Oh, he's dragging it.
Like,
Yeah, I think this one's really obvious. I went the last one. I went with the mythological she-bear constellation. This time I'm going unicorn. Mythological creatures for the win.
oh my God!
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet too. Ambrose, he appears to have the title. He also has 2 titles. He's a dean. Dean Ambrose is the head of whatever college he goes to.
Really talking about South Park?
Guys,
We're talking about holograms here.
Throw some
Yeah,
fighting
Ken, don't worry.
words.
I'm not going to do your thing and go 1 second over. I'm gonna.
go
I
2
know we're
seconds.
playing by Price is Right rules, so it's closest without going over. So I'm gonna predict that this will be a 1 minute match.
Yeah, you still went with one.
Close!
You went with one. You still went with
freaking
one.
minutes?
So if you guys all go over, I win.
Oh, great.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose this crap!
Yeah.
You're gonna lose this crap! You're gonna lose this crap!
Okay, well, that was a fantastic little video.
So
right
there's
there.
my recap of what happened.
And of course, you get the lovely dolled up King of Pay-Per-View Championship for, I believe, the 4th time.
The King of Queens.
Ouch.
Ouch! Ouchie!
You're welcome, Zach.
Thank
Skidoosh.
you.
And the tiara to boot. Lovely. You never look better, Greg.
Yeah, and I'm starting to wonder if
Thank you,
he
Ken.
might.
I
Let
think you lucked out there, buddy.
I can't
Now,
take
now for
this
those who kept an
anymore.
eye out on our Facebook page for the pay-per-view coverage, it did come down to a tiebreaker. It ended up being Zach and Greg. And Greg did win the tiebreaker. However, because Zach had probably one of his best pay-per-view performances to date, we presented him with a special opportunity called the Big Four Championship. We'll explain at the end of our pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay, so we started things off with Charlotte versus Becky Lynch for the Divas Championship. Now, I like that we were at the point where we knew what the sides these two, Charlotte and Becky, were on. So we had a more fleshed out match between these two. However, the problem with that was, I did say it was an athletic contest, and there's no doubt. There was there was plenty of chain and submission wrestling, a lot of grappling between these two, which was good. But the problem is, a lot of the match centered around Ric Flair being the distraction for his daughter, including at one point, see right here, where he kissed Becky.
Hello.
Don't get me wrong. I get it. Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, but
profiling,
but this went into dirty grandpa territory right here. This was just bad.
You're just a dirty, dirty grandpa.
Yeah. So essentially, and then at the end, where it seemed like Becky was closing in with the disarmer, suddenly Flair gets involved, throws his jacket onto Becky, as seen right here. And how that's not a disqualification, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But apparently, it distracted Becky long enough for Charlotte to hit another spear, pick up the pinfall. So, and then that weren't bad enough. Charlotte beats on Becky even more following the match. Sasha Banks comes out. Seems like that she's aligning herself with Charlotte, kicking Becky away from the ring, saying, "It's my time now, it's my spotlight." But then it's a backstabber, followed by the Banks statement on Charlotte, makes her tap out. And so now we've got a clear idea. Pretty much what we envision, that Sasha is going to be challenging Charlotte for the Divas title. And Charlotte hasn't taken this line down, neither has Becky. All three have been mixing it up for the past week. So you can imagine that we're likely going to see a triple threat, possibly a triple threat match of sorts. Or maybe we'll see Sasha versus Charlotte and then Becky thrown into the mix somewhere down the line, possibly at WrestleMania.
This would be interesting though, because Charlotte did lose the NXT Women's Championship to Sasha. So this will be interesting, to bring back that rivalry from NXT.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a wait and see though, whether we be one-on-one or triple threat. We got a couple weeks till Fastlane, so it's game on.
Okay, so now we kind of jump into the next match, which was actually the kickoff match, the very first match for the Royal Rumble, which was the Fatal 4-Way And there's Sam Perkins handling us in the back. Hey, Sammy.
How's it going, Sam?
How you guys doing? All right, so yep. All right, so we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the kickoff match. Determined that which set of participants won would get into the Rumble match. We had the Ascension, we had the Dudley Boys, we had Damian Sandow, and Darren Young. That was random. That's about the strangest ebony and ivory pair I've ever seen.
No kidding.
I know. Yeah, no perfect harmony there. All right, and Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, Team Olympians, if you will. Swagger and Henry would end up winning the match. It was a fun little multi-man melee, kind of whet your appetites for the Royal Rumble. And I mean, this one, I mean, like I said, the only thing unique about this match was that there wasn't really, I mean, you could really go with any of the teams going into the Rumble, because it really wouldn't matter what would happen to them, because we know they wouldn't make it to the Final Four, let alone or even the Final 8. So yeah, an inconsequential match to say the least. But it was nice to see Henry and Swagger get a win.
Yeah, and plus, you know, two opportunity. Well, an opportunity for both of them.
Yeah, two former world champions. Okay, I mean, like I said, if you're going to make a Rumble as big as you can, you got to have former champions in there.
Not to mention, you know, I have two of the biggest guys in it, so can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. All right, so now we come to the next title match, which was for the United States Championship. Alberto Del Rio defending against Kalisto. Yeah. Now, this one, I was confused about the ending with. Okay, it was a fun athletic contest. You had a couple of bumps here and there. I mean, I mean, a couple of missed spots on Kalisto's part. What I didn't get about this was just the fact that they were playing hot potato with the United States title. Had Kalisto won it, then Del Rio, then Kalisto wins it back, making him the two-time champion within the span of a month. And I can't help but feel like they're just trying to make the next Rey Mysterio here with Kalisto, because I mean he's got the moveset. He's more or less using the moveset of Rey Mysterio when he first came into WWE. The head scissors, the springboards, the crossbodies.
Not to mention counters, you know, for different headlock moves, whatever.
Exactly.
Into his finisher.
Right, and the fact that they made him champion in such a short time and haven't really given him the proper run like they did with Rey Mysterio in the World Heavyweight Championship. So, I mean, I said this in the review on Facebook. I can't help but feel like they're doing this to kind of take pot shots at Rey Mysterio now that he's officially signed with the Lucha Underground promotion. I can't help but feel like that they're trying to say, "Oh, hey, you didn't really mean that much. We can make a new luchador superstar like that," which I think is kind of insulting, because no one can replace Rey Mysterio.
No.
There can only be one Rey Mysterio.
Not to mention, this is the very same guy that set the record for the Royal Rumble, 1 hour and 2 minutes. 1 hour and 2 minutes at the number 2 spot. No one's been able to break that.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm just confused what they're trying to do here. I mean, Brian, Julie. I mean, just what are your thoughts on Kalisto winning back the United States Championship? Do you feel like there's a long-term plan in mind here, or are they just doing this kind of like to boost ratings with the Latino community?
Well, I think that it's both. I think that is the long-term plan, to try to boost ratings with the Latino crowd. So I think you're right on both of those counts. I don't think it's and/or. I think it's both. Right. But to tell you the truth, I think there are a lot more deserving guys on the roster. You know, I like Kalisto, but you know, I think that there's other guys. I think he jumped ahead of too many people.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this on the review on Facebook that Kalisto, I mean, the stars aligned for him because his partner Sin Cara went down with a shoulder injury. John Cena's on the disabled list with a rotator cuff injury. He's going to be out past WrestleMania.
Actually, and speaking of injuries, I just recently found out, you know, Sheamus is going to be out due to injury too.
Wow. So I mean, you got people dropping left and right here, and yet WWE's not making a concerted effort to build new stars. I mean, and clearly, I'll just say this a little bit, and then I won't get into a monologue here. But I mean, Roman Reigns alone is not going to be the front of this. I mean, you got guys like Dolph Ziggler, You got Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, guys that the crowd want to get behind, face, heel, regardless. And yet they're trying to push Roman Reigns down our throats. And Roman himself has admitted that, okay, he did not get the best bill. He's not getting the best storylines. he knows he feels like he's being forced, even though he won't out and out admit. You get the feeling that he's awkward when he's by himself, when they're trying to push him and him alone.
Right.
And it does make sense because think about it. Ever since the show broke up, Seth Rollins gained his own attire. Dean Ambrose gained his own attire. Roman Reigns still Shield-like attire, just with tweaking with his own logo on the back, on the front, and then on the back by the neck. I will with his logo.
Right.
Yeah. Well, to kind of go back to the United States Championship, well, as I said last week, I think they let him go. They didn't really give him the proper, push, give him a shot for the United States Championship. I firmly believe he can be a great champion,
But they need to push him. They need to give him the push that they couldn't give Mysterio with the World Championship. You got to have him go over reasonable opponents. I mean, you put Mysterio up against the likes of the Great Khali and Mark Henry, opponents that Ray realistically, feasibly could not overcome.
Right.
That was his problem with his whole title run. Here, ironically, the only opponent that he had a reasonable chance against was the opponent that he lost it to, King Booker. King, because he was more within his size range. But the point is, I feel like I said, this is too soon. I mean, the stars aligned, or in this case, got injured, which benefited Kalisto, which I think led to him being the United States champion. So, like I said, we'll see where this goes. I agree with Brian. The long-term plan is to see what kind of ratings boost they can bring with Kalisto as United States champion. But I feel like that someone could have benefited more from beating Del Rio, who's got a lot more established star power than, say, Kalisto.
All right. Well, we'll get to the next match, which
was for the tag team championships.
Okay.
New Day defending against the Usos.
And of course,
Yep.
And of course, the debut of Francesca II, which we all know is a rebound trombone. Because come on, nothing can replace the original Francesca.
yeah,
The second coming. You don't need one unicorn horn, you need two.
The second coming of Francesca. All right,
Freddie!
Anyway, I mean, like I said, this was a fun little tag team match. I mean, as always, it's always fun to see Kalisto. I'm still thinking Kalisto. The New Day and the Usos flying around, super kicks, and Big E just run around spearing people out of the ring. Plenty of hilarity, and of course, there's
Hilarity ensues.
and when you
Look
think
at
of
that beautiful
hilarity,
face right there.
when you think of hilarity, you think of Penn.
Bam!
Yes, one of our musical guests for the evening. All right, so anyway, like I said, going back to the tag team title match, the Usos have always been good. They've always been a stalwart in the tag team division. They can always be relied on for a fun match. But the problem is they don't really. There's not too much depth to them. Okay, I mean they've tried time and again to give the Usos something new, like a submission or a new finisher. But in the end, I mean, they're just good for what they are. Just kind of being like the base for other tag teams, like Cesaro and Kid, like I said, like the New Day. I mean, more other entertaining tag teams to come along and measure their stuff against the Usos.
Yeah. So basically, to put it in layman's terms, the Usos are basically like a footstep for new tag teams that want to. Get up in the business.
Much like the Dudleys were for the New Day, a good base, a veteran tag team. In this case, the Usos are slowly themselves becoming a veteran tag team.
But it's starting to become disappointing because they literally using the same thing. They keep on trying to get the crowd behind the when I say Us, you say Uso, and it's like they got to come up with something new, or you're gonna become the next John Cena in terms of 5 moves of doom to win a match, because it's not working for them.
Although you can never turn down a super kick party.
True story.
Super kick. Wait, someone mentioned super kick party.
Super kick.
Super
Where?
kick.
Bring that camera over here, boy. Booyah!
Super kick. Yeah. All right. So anyway, long story short, the New Day retain.
Shocker.
Relatively cleanly, mind you. Big E capitalizing, catching Jey Uso midair with a big ending, pinning the New Day, and pinning. Jeez, I'm getting all flustered. It's the 100th episode. I can't think straight.
Cue party music.
Breathe, buddy. Breathe.
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Okay.
Lamar.
All right. So,
Thank you.
So anyway, okay. The New Day, Big E pinning Jey Uso, retaining the tag team titles. Now, it's unsure where the New Day is going to go from here, where the tag team titles are going to go from here. It seems like that we're just looking at another multi-man tag team match, much like they did last year's WrestleMania and the WrestleMania before that. I don't so much have a problem with that as it's just lazy booking, okay? Because, I mean, if you have a title program, I mean, just stick with that. Or better yet, like, spice up a little. Like, make it like another ladder match or
another
or a cage match. Something to spice up the tag team
Or
feud.
better yet, make
Book two people who had never been a team before, but has
Great chemistry.
Yes, and been former tag team champions in their own right. For example, R-Truth and Goldust. Goldust is a former multiple-time tag team champion, as well as a singles champion. He last teamed up with his brother Stardust. So, what's to say he teamed up with a guy who's just as crazy as him?
Okay, good point. I mean, you also have the seeming reunion of Jericho and the Big Show from this past Thursday on SmackDown. Jericho was one of the longest reigning tag team champions in the last 10 years. They were dominant.
I agree about the Big Show.
The only ones that were able to ever unseat them were D-Generation X.
Right.
Oh, I saw that one coming about the Big Show.
Or there's even one though that we saw, at the Royal Rumble, Team Olympians, Jack Swagger,
and Mark Henry. So I mean, you have potential pairings. You have mid-card superstars who aren't really doing anything. So the worst you could do worse than putting them together in tag teams or groups. I mean, you have the social outcasts who are actually gaining a following on social media.
Which I was actually going to mention them too.
So yeah, it couldn't be the worst ideas to pair together former world champions and superstars who in heyday were great, but now not doing so much. So it's not the worst idea.
AJ Styles and Sami Zayn.
Well, okay, I mean, we'll get to that a little.
Yeah.
We'll get to that a little later.
All right,
well, thanks for spoiling AJ Styles.
Oops! Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Okay, but anywho, going on to the second and last match, which was the Intercontinental Championship.
The last man standing.
Guys, we're going to take an intermission. It's almost halfway through the show, and we have a trumpet player who wants to show off his skills.
Look. Direct that camera to over there.
All right, so here we have Bedford resident Tommy,
Gilardi,
who's a big time wrestling fan. One of his favorites is John Cena, and he's actually going to play John Cena's theme for us on his trumpet. All right, ready, Tommy? Wow.
Awesome job, brother.
That was incredible.
Awesome
Good job, Tommy.
man.
John Cena. John Cena. John Cena. John Cena.
Tom, me rules.
Tom, me rules. Tom, me rules. Tom, me rules. Tom, me rules.
You roll, bro.
Way to go. All right. So that was our musical intermission here at the Wrestling Connection.
At least
where we don't bring you just wrestling, we bring you culture.
And comedy.
Yep. And at least it's not something like, let's go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Don't get me dancing, because I'll start dancing.
Sell some treats.
Yeah. And this is why we love this bit.
And of course, your daily dose of insanity.
Yay!
I'm not crazy.
I'm just a Heather Crew.
peaceful. I'm a humanitarian.
And he's not a crook.
Yes.
I tell you, people, I'm not crazy.
And
Maybe
I
wait
am
a
not
minute.
a crook.
Hold on, maybe I am.
And I did. Yeah.
All right.
But anyhow.
Anywho. Okay.
Now we're coming.
Continuing on with our regularly scheduled programming.
Back to action.
Back to action.
All right.
Okay, Black Power Ranger.
It's morphin' time. Oh, wait. Everyone's looking. Let me get offset.
Okay. Okay. And,
This is why I love this business.
yeah. All right. So
I love these guys. They're awesome.
So anyway, moving on.
So now
in Brian's words, moving on
Right.
to the last man standing match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose defending against Kevin Owens. Now, these two had been laying each other out, putting each other through tables, insulting each other on a seemingly regular basis. Didn't seem like there was any end to this, but Ambrose actually proposed himself a last man standing match for the Intercontinental title. And from the get-go, these two were bowling each other over, rolling out of the ring, all over the announce table. I mean, at one point, literally, Owens got thrown over the announce table onto Michael Cole. God bless you, Kevin Owens. God bless you, Kevin Owens.
And as JR once said, though, this was an absolute slobber knocker. This was what we're talking about. This is why we love this kind of business, because of stuff like this. All-out brawls, no holds barred kind of fight.
Two men who hate each other enough that they want to absolutely destroy each other, put each other down. And as far as last man standing matches at the Royal Rumble go, this was among the top. I mean, you had some great ones. You had Triple H and HBK from 2004. You had John Cena and the late great Umaga.
Rest in peace.
Let's not forget. You know, well, I don't know.
From 2007.
Yeah, or even in 2010 at I think it was what Extreme Rules or.
Well, we're talking about last man standing matches at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, whoops.
So I mean, among the three that we've had, this was one of the more brutal ones.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just Owens was dominating throughout most of this. I mean, he was putting Ambrose through tables, he was power bombing him, steel chairs, kendo sticks. See right here, just an absolutely brutal shot to the ribs right here. Missed the photo right there. But Owens, like I said, dominated this match throughout. Came in so many times. I mean, bowling Ambrose, cannonballing him through the ringside barricade at one point.
It was bowling shoe ugly.
That's another good old JR saying, bowling shoe ugly. And it got to the point, Ambrose stuck in there. He stayed in there. I mean, hit one dirty DDT, hit another one onto a steel chair, and then when it seemed like Owens had him primed position, putting an elbow drop through on the table, and then when it seemed like Owens had him primed for defeat, going for a moonsault through steel chairs, Ambrose countered, pushed Owens off through two stacked tables at ringside, putting Owens down and out for the 10 count and retaining his Intercontinental Championship.
So safe to say, life gave him a little bit of a push in the form of Dean Ambrose.
And it just goes to show you, Dean Ambrose is one of those dogs that, seriously, you can't put him down. Even if you put a muzzle on him, you try to put him down, he's not going anywhere. But he will fight to the day he dies.
So I guess it's safe to say, not to make a lame pun or anything, but that match took the cake. Thank you.
Keep your day job, Julian.
Wait, what?
Wait, this is your day job.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so so you keep it.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. All right, so now we come to the Royal Rumble match.
One versus all.
Because for the first time
ever,
the first time in the history of professional wrestling,
not to mention Royal Rumble history,
the WWE title would be defended in
the Royal Rumble.
Now, the WWE title has been on the line before in the Royal Rumble back in 1992 when the belt was vacated and it was fought for in the 92 Royal Rumble, which of course was won by the number 3 entrant, the then 60-minute man, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So yeah, but this was this was history making. Much like this show, it was history. Royal Rumble was history making. That it was the first time the WWE title was being actually defended. Now, of course, Reigns was made at number 1 to the shock of no one, and the number 2 entrant was Rusev. Now, Reigns dispatched of Rusev in quick fashion.
Oh my gosh!
But then the number 3. Oh, what is that? What is that?
They can only be one me.
I don't know. Looks like I'm also Julian.
Oh no! He stole his identity.
Oh my gosh! They can only be one me.
Kind of like a Highlander situation.
There can only be one.
How many can there be?
One.
Only?
One.
Unless I was dipped in white chocolate, that is not me.
In what scenarios can there be
two?
Are you really trying to? I don't know this. Are you really trying to?
Is there a time
be
there
like
can
Michael
be 2?
Jackson?
Or can there only be one?
What is this, a Pepsi commercial?
I'm unclear.
I
hold on.
know.
Touche.
Too
Touche.
much. Too much. All right.
But-
All right. Moving on.
But
Moving on.
anywho,
Awkwardly.
of the amazement of the number 3 spot was none other than the phenomenal.
AJ Styles.
Get ready to fly.
Woo!
Okay, well, hold on. Julie, we got the photo of AJ?
We need you to cue the photo of AJ Styles.
He's the guy with the initials, Julie.
He's the guy with the initials on his stomach. You can't miss him.
Yeah,
With his 3 children's birth dates.
unless
Yeah, he's got AJ tattooed on his side. You really... Yep,
Mr.
there
Al
you
Neil
go.
Jones.
There it is. AJ Styles
Styles.
of course, of TNA fame,
Ring of Honor
ROH,
fame and New Japan.
Pro
Where's the
Wrestling,
tattoo?
A world champion everywhere he's gone. One of the founding members, one of the big time members of the infamous Bullet Club over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. TNA's first ever Grand Slam champion. Essentially every accolade in the wrestling world that you could think of aside from WWE. AJ made his debut at number 3, put in a very impressive showing at 30+ minutes, got eliminated by another indie darling in Kevin Owens, but AJ put for an impressive debut, and not only that, but the next night on Raw, in his first Raw match in WWE, went up against the 6-time world champion, the first ever undisputed champion, Chris Jericho, who himself had an impressive performance, 50 minutes in the Royal Rumble. AJ faced off with Jericho. AJ beat Chris Jericho clean.
But a fun fact for you, as many who do not know or is getting into the wrestling world, AJ actually did wrestle in WWE back in 2002 against yours truly, the Hurricane.
Wait, you're the Hurricane?
No, I'm not the Hurricane, but I'm
Why?
talking about TNA's stay point now, Shane the Hurricane Helms.
Right. Well, you said yours truly, so that means
Yeah. Is
Oh,
there
what
something you're
side?
telling us?
No.
it's a mess.
No! I shall not reveal nothing.
That's what she said.
Oh Lord.
Skittish.
Oh, we're gonna get thrown off the air.
Anyway, moving past that,
100, we made it to 100 episodes, people, but we're gonna get thrown off the air.
we're going to keep it going because the craziness ain't over yet. And look
Yeah.
at that beauty picture right there. He's
Okay,
flying high in the air.
Exactly. This is my favorite picture among all of them. Just that moment in time, that signature diving forearm of AJ. Like I say, he had an amazing performance. Jericho had an amazing performance. There were a couple of big stories in the Rumble, though. One, of course, was Jericho and AJ having their own respective times. Reigns getting taken out halfway through by Sheamus and the League of Nations, so he was out for a big part of the match. Of course, then you had the Wyatts. You had Strowman, Harper, and Rowan pretty much just nearly clearing the battlefield, paving the way for Bray Wyatt,
But-
only for Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate himself, to come in, storm the ring, eliminating all 3 members of the Wyatt family with very little effort. And
Looking
then-
like something chiseled out of steel.
and then having even Strowman had a hard time going up against Lesnar. And then the face-off, the vaunted face-off between Wyatt and Lesnar. However, that would not come to pass, as shortly thereafter here, the Wyatts would jump Lesnar, laying him out, eliminate Lesnar from the Rumble, and
literally, if you could
and-
see the look in this man's eyes.
he was enraged. He could
Yes.
Spoiling for a fight.
spoiling.
Oh,
for
no, he's not ready for a fight. He's ready for war.
Exactly. People may wonder why he didn't retaliate right away. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Now, as the match would go on, the Wyatts had made a big impact themselves, eliminating perennial favorites like Kane and the Big Show.
Thank you.
Exactly. And then it ended up coming down to the final 4. There was Jericho, there was Reigns, there was Ambrose of all people. That was the shocker.
No, but this one.
Well, actually, before we get to this, we even had, like I said, we had a lot of returns. We had a surprise debut with AJ. We had Owens entering the Rumble. But speaking of Owens, I can't believe I missed this. We had the return of former NXT champion. He had been on the disabled list for some time. Sami Zayn.
Oh my gosh.
Who came out exactly, who came out, much to the chagrin of Kevin Owens. They two fought. Zayn ended up eliminating Owens, and although Zayn didn't make a win, he didn't win. He ended up making it just as impactful a return as AJ did with his debut. And you can only imagine that Owens and Zayn are going to be facing off at some point in the near future, possibly at WrestleMania. So we could see this feud, which has spanned over
Since Ring of Honor.
which has spanned over 3 promotions, and could culminate at WrestleMania, which would be tremendous. Now, anyway, moving on to the end of Rumble, like I said, Ambrose had made a surprising entry despite being completely exhausted from his last man standing match.
But
That was him. There was Reigns.
But.
Jericho was still in. But the last one,
of
number
all
the
all
final 4,
shockers,
was Triple H. Triple H being in the Rumble match. Number 30. Reigns could not believe it. No one could believe it. And at the end, and here's the thing, Reigns was not in the final 2 because Triple H shocked the world, tossing Reigns over the top rope, eliminating Roman, and guaranteeing a new WWE World Champion, which would have been either Triple H or Ambrose.
I just want to say one thing. Not everybody was shocked that Triple H came out.
Well,
because somebody,
I was about to say.
Thank you. Go ahead. I'm just making sure you don't forget.
I know. Brian was the only one among any of us to pick Triple H for the Final 4. Admittedly, he didn't pick him to win, but he did pick him for the Final 4. For that, Brian, I give you kudos. I give you congrats. You did call that. I mean, and here's the other thing that Brian called, and something that I scoffed at, was that Triple H would be a world champion in 2016. That was one of our bold predictions for 2016. Lo and behold, comes down to Ambrose and Triple H. Triple H tosses out Ambrose, and here you have your 14-time world heavyweight champion, the game, the COO, Triple H.
And it's a little ironic though, because we've had controversy, for John Cena, because he's one title away from breaking Ric Flair's record. Triple H
now is within 2.
So it just goes to show you is he gonna keep? Will he be the one to break the record?
Right.
Or if John Cena might possibly break it one of these days. We don't know.
So, but I mean, I'll say
Time will only
this.
tell.
I mean, am I a big fan of Triple H winning the title? No. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of it. I know where they're going with this. They're going with the whole evil authority figure meets anti-authoritative rebel. I mean, we're likely looking at Reigns versus Triple H for WrestleMania. I mean, and just to make it even more clear, the following night on Raw, after we had a lovely McMahon/Triple H 20-minute pound-the-back promo.
Not to mention, claiming we now have a new church. We now have a new religion. Shocker.
Exactly. But the thing is, a match was made for Fastlane, the Fastlane main event, to determine a new #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
Now, we thought it was going to be a one-on-one match. No.
It ended up being made a triple threat match, which would be Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar!
Now, this even came to a shock to me because, I mean, here you have 2 powerhouses, and then you got the insanity of Dean Ambrose. Now,
I mean, most people are thinking, okay, they're putting Dean in here so he can eat the pinfall, more or less. Essentially, it's going to be Roman pinning Dean, or be Brock pinning Dean. But I mean, that may very well be the case. But I mean, and that's been my big problem. Anytime Roman has so much as sniffed me, right? When he's been kind of on the upper mid card, and he's kind of been doing things like this, palling around with Dean and the Usos, and just doing that, people don't have a problem with him. Fans don't have a problem with him. He gets anywhere near the World Championship, with the exception of Philadelphia in December, and they're all over him. They don't want him anywhere near there because no one feels he is truly ready to take the reins, pun intended, of WWE. Okay, you got guys, like I said, like Owens, like Ambrose, like Ziggler, who are waiting in the wings, who the crowd are behind, okay? Doesn't matter whether, like I said, doesn't matter whether their faces or heels. You can get behind them.
right.
All right, but for some reason they feel like Roman is the absolute future here. But the problem is, like Julian actually aptly pointed out, Roman hasn't changed up his theme. He hasn't changed up the whole concept of he hasn't changed his Shield music. He hasn't changed his outfit.
Right.
I mean, okay, he has the least individual personality out of the 3 former Shield members, and that's the big problem here.
Yeah, I mean, you had Seth Rollins. He's got his own attire. He's got his own looks. Dean Ambrose. He's got his own freaking looks and whatnot, though, in his own style.
He's the lunatic fringe. Okay, he comes dressed like it's a street fight every single night.
Right. Seth Rollins. Oh, he's personified.
He's got the new tights. He's got the pants. He's got the boots. He's got the new air of self-confidence.
Right. Not to mention, he's the
but-
architect of this.
Exactly.
Reigns,
but
however,
Reigns.
nothing.
Reigns, exactly. He's got nothing.
The powerhouse.
And look, he admitted, like we said, he knows the role he's in. He knows he feels like he's being shanghaied into this. But the problem is that he needs to do something about this.
Yeah. I mean, dude, seriously, change your look up. Change your look up. Do a different kind of music, though. Heck, even anything. Change up your moveset, for crying out loud. Yes, it's entertaining, though, but for crying out loud, it's the same old song and dance.
Step it up,
We're
Reigns.
sick and tired of the same old song and dance.
All right. So
Spice it up.
Brian, Julie, just we want to get your thoughts on this. Because we already know everyone's thoughts on Triple H being the new world champion. It was expected. I guess we didn't want to admit it, but it was more or less we thought the simple route that WWE was going to go here with the WWE title going into WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So but what are your thoughts on what should be done about Roman Reigns? Do you feel like that a big change is in order for him? Do you feel like, or do you just feel like they're just going to go with the simple route, Reigns versus Triple H for the title at WrestleMania?
Well, I think that's going to be the match, and people have been calling, and myself for a while, that Reigns needs to change. He's doing the exact same thing he did with the Shield. I think, and he hasn't changed, but I think the WWE likes that nostalgia thing. He's the last remaining hope from the Shield. With that said, he could use a makeover, but I think it's working for him. I know that you guys the fans still ride him, but I think the younger fans, the kids, I think they can still get behind him, and they need somebody for the kids to get behind while John Cena's out. So I do think it's going to be Triple H versus Reigns at WrestleMania.
All right, fair enough.
Julie, what do you think?
I agree. Ditto.
And we have some lovely.
And hold on, I have to find out Greg's opinion.
Dolan-esque commentary.
Yeah,
there
I don't
from
think
Julie.
you're right. On really any level, I think that was wrong. I feel dumber having heard it, but thanks.
I didn't think that.
Thanks, Greg.
think that was possible.
Oh my gosh! But
really
one thing that just kind of piqued my mind a little bit, though, I was thinking about this. Just by some out of curiosity, it would be interesting to have a rematch of WrestleMania, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
There are a number. We're looking at a number of matches for WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. We're looking at Bray Wyatt versus Lesnar. We're looking at Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. We're looking at Triple H versus Reigns. Like I said, we could be looking at a big kerfuffle for the tag team championships. Mm-hmm. It would be an interesting picture for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But we really won't know until Fastlane. We really don't know until everything's set in stone.
Right.
So more as time goes on. Like I said, we'll probably know a lot more about Fastlane, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So we will know about that. Right. Now, before we get to the celebration, I know we got a lot to go. We know we still have a little ways to go with the 100th episode and all. Mm-hmm. Like I said at the top of the show, Zach and Greg did tie for the pay-per-view predictions. Greg did win the tiebreaker, and to that I give him congrats.
Which is total
I don't.
baloney.
A little baloney, but still.
I totally got gypped.
Yes, he did.
And we do understand
1 minute
which is
match.
why we actually came up with a brand new concept. Now, what we have here and what we award Zach is the first ever.
Oh God! Everybody wants to. Hey, what you stupid balloon! All right.
Zach is the first ever WK Big 4 pay-per-view champion. Now, essentially, how this works is that Zach will have this championship until the next Big 4 pay-per-view, which in this case will be WrestleMania, either in March or April. Mm-hmm. Now, how this will work is kind of a little like Money in the Bank. Zach can choose to cash in his Big 4 championship He can either defend it at WrestleMania, or he could take a big gamble and cash it in. He can double up on any pick that he makes at WrestleMania or SummerSlam or Survivor Series, however long he holds onto the belt. Now, however, once he cashes it in, whoever, if he comes in second place, he becomes champion again. But if anyone else comes in second place, they become the new Big Four pay-per-view champion. Now, like I said, how this works, say Zack picks match, makes it his lock of the night. If Zack gets it right, instead of 2 points, Zack would get a massive 4 points added to his pay-per-view score. However, the risk and reward here is that if Zack loses that match, he gets 1 point subtracted from his score. That's going to be the new risk. That's going to be yes, they are lovely dress shoes.
Look at those shoes. Those kicks are on point.
What do you? Really?
Really? I guess our shoes are more interesting than this explanation I'm giving.
Really? We're really boring you guys that much?
They have to look at our shoes. Really?
There's nothing great about our shoes.
See, apparently the camera thinks
Guys,
so. It's not.
give your shoes some credit.
The camera's trying to start something.
Okay. Well, you know what? All right, but anywho.
So, anyway,
yes.
congrats to Zack, the inaugural WK Big Four pay-per-view champion. I know you're looking forward to WrestleMania. It's going to be an historic night in more ways than one.
Your first championship, brother. Congratulations.
Thanks. But make no mistake about it, though. I plan on keeping this till WrestleMania, where I will cash this sucker in. I will cash it in, though, and make no mistake about it. I will win the title at WrestleMania. That is a guarantee. I have been hungry for this sucker for 2 years. I have never won it, not once. Everybody else won it besides me. I am hungry. I am thriving for it. It's my time.
Just like we're all hungry for some of this cake.
Yes.
He is starving just like we all are. All right, so like I said, that's the whole paper preview. That's the whole kit and caboodle. Now it's fun time. Now it's celebration time here at the Wrestling Connections 100th episode, Slammin' Spectacular.
Slammin', jammin', bammin'. Oh yeah, it's showtime, folks.
All right, so I mean we've got a lot. I mean we've been through so much over the years. I mean we've had debuts, breakups, returns, Right,
even more debuts, and just a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And to think it really all started with just me, a table, and a coffee cup. Pretty much no CG effects, no green screen. I mean, it was just me and my love for professional wrestling, and it's just blossomed since then. I mean, we went from just me to me and Zack.
Then you had to go solo, and then I made my return. We brought in Julian. Unfortunately, we had to make our departure.
Right. I mean,
We may have walked away, but you always know we was here in spirit, and now we are back.
Right. Oh,
better than ever.
Don't rush it through, guys. This is memory lane we're talking about.
Well, I mean,
you got 2 years worth of stuff to go through. You can't just. It's not something that can just be so easily summed up.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we have gone through, we've had awesome times. I mean,
Exactly.
we've had hilarity. We've had, just times, we just laughing our keisters off, emotional times.
Times where we've been serious. Times where we buckled down. I mean, and the shows evolved just as much as we have. I mean, ouch. I mean, here with me and Zack right here having discussion like everyone. I believe that this was episode 5. And then it just continued on. We had the What a Maneuvers.
Y'all look so young in that.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, and thinner.
What happened?
Moving on.
Just get some shoes. Anyway, I mean, we've had numerous
Guest host.
hosts and co-hosts trying to find our niche, trying to find the right sort of dichotomy here. I mean, we of course we had Ori, we had Tommy Pickles Harrington, some friends of ours from South Shore. I mean, so at their time, I mean, we always, like I said, the set evolved throughout the last couple of years, months. I mean, we of course there was a time I tried to use pretty much every wrestling poster I could find in my magazines. And of course there was our first logo designed by actually our good friend. He's in the audience today, Rob Price. Mr. Graphic Design himself. He was actually the one behind the logo. So to Rob, I give him kudos, and I give him big props for that man. I mean, Zach. I mean, of course, there was Zach and I. I mean, we had a lot of ups and downs throughout the 2 years.
Yeah, and specifically, I think in this one,
this one was where I kind of blew up, not just at myself, but I blew up at Zach, because I mean, this is something we had entered into together, and at one point I felt like I'd lost him. I questioned his passion for professional wrestling. When I look back on that, I mean, the fact is, I think it reminded Zach of where his passions lied, and it reignited mine. Because I felt like there were times throughout the show where I just felt like I was going through the motions, where I just came in, I did the show, and I left. I mean, even when we introduced the new green screen concept, there were times where I just felt like I just sort of dialed it in, and there were times where I flagged. But as the episodes went on, I mean, and Zach came back. I mean, I felt like things started picking up again. We started having the round tables, which were sort of a prelude to the paper previews we would have, just welcoming all of our wrestling buddies in, so we could just talk shop about wrestling, which was fun.
Right.
I mean, we had Ori sit in for a time as our third.
And Zach had his awesome beard.
Yep. Oh, he still got the awesome.
Yeah, I still got the goatee and whatnot, though. You know,
yeah, of course. I had the. Of course, I still had my Wyatt family wear with the fedora and the tour
And no,
shirts.
it's still perfect for you.
And of course, my first promo.
The Zack attack, which to my day is still one of my favorite videos.
I love that thing.
Yeah. I mean, not to take anything away from mine. Of course,
there's number
that,
two.
That evolved through the months. I mean, mine did, of course, Ken's Den. I mean, there was just so many different aspects to the show that evolved throughout the months, throughout the 2 years.
Right.
On the air. I mean, we try. I mean,
and there's one unfond memory.
I know this one's a little touchy for you, but there are times where, okay, fans felt like we didn't explore enough into the Divas division. I myself have never been a fan of it being called the Divas division. I always prefer it being called the Women's division. I'm actually a big proponent of women's wrestling, and I felt like we kind of needed a women's touch to the show, which is why we brought at the time Ashley, who did like the Divas herself. Of course, due to personal professional differences, she couldn't stick around for long. But we did try incorporating more talk about the Divas into our wrestling conversations, kind of give everything an even keel.
Just like independent wrestling matters, women wrestling matters as well. But women should not be labeled with any of that.
Just one photo. And of course, there were times where Zach could not help me out with the show, which means I had to get help from various co-hosts, including my girlfriend's favorite, the printer.
Yeah.
Of course, here was the king of baby. Oh God. Yeah. But here's our Halloween special where I just pretty much just went full hog or full Wyatt.
Yeah, I believe
Beard's
that.
still perfect.
Yeah, that was our Halloween. Yeah, that was our Halloween.
God, yeah,
that was our Halloween special.
Oh, that's
and,
awesome.
You can't see Zach here because Penn's also one, but he was dressed up as Sting.
And I kind of did a little bit of a repeat of it though the following week.
Right. I mean, it seemed like we had started picking things up again. Zach was seemingly back on a regular basis, but then, of course, things came along where your work schedule picked up.
Right.
I mean, I understood that there were like a lot of differences. You couldn't always come in. I mean, you're coming down from Fall River, which is a journey in itself. So I never really blamed you.
It's the Space
for that.
Cowboy.
Yes, the Space Cowboy and me, and of course the printer. Of course, we had so many fun times with the printer.
Oh,
The printer
God.
needs a
I
curb
can't
stop
tell you
battle.
how many times you won't really want to kick the crap out of it.
Exactly, and I mean, Zach
Needs
and
to
I.
be put down.
I mean, Zach and I always had a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter if we were like angry. Didn't matter if we were passionate. Didn't matter if we were just joking around. We were trying to be serious. We always had a fun time.
And no matter what,
and
though,
we
we were
were
always
always-
professional.
And then,
We're
And of course-
semi-professional.
And then, of course, the debut of
Mr. Jeb.
Someone
Mr.
just
Jam
came with
and
me.
J-Mug. Yeah.
and yeah, and it just
I mean, and then I mean, it just grew. I mean, then for a short time, I mean, actually at one point we even had Julian, just me and Julian running things, and I mean, but there came a point where both Julian and Zach couldn't make it in for the show every day. I tried running things solo by myself for a while. Of course, you see me lounging away like Masterpiece Theater style. I developed a good dichotomy with Brian and Greg. You see the split screen, one of our first times using it. Just to develop a good rhythm, kind of like
we missed you too.
a Howard Stern style show, kind of like where I was the funny guy, where I was the wild, crazy guy, and Greg was the Robin to my Howard Stern.
are you sure there isn't something else to that?
Yeah, but there's really no substitute for the original Wild Man. I mean, obviously, everyone remembers and then we come to last week, where it just seems like everything comes full circle. I mean, Zach and Julian making their big returns. I mean, and it feels like all's right with the world now. I mean, we've got everyone here. Of
what
course,
is that?
That would be our second Halloween special with Julie, or in this case, Cleopatra.
Who is that? Cleopatra or something?
I mean, we introduced new co-hosts along the way. I mean, we had Greg, we had Brian, we had me. Of course, we had Julie, who has become just as much a staple of the wrestling connection as me, as Zach, as Julian, as anyone else. So, I mean, Julie, formally, I wanted to say welcome to the Wrestling Connection, welcome to the crew, welcome to the family.
And don't you dare cry on us. We don't accept no crying around here.
There's no crying in wrestling,
This is just all seriousness. Look at the serious face.
unless you're Big Show.
Oh,
All right, yeah. There's me at the Christmas special, looking dapper as ever with my lovely mustache and goatee.
Very interesting.
Did you lose a bet? Is that the reason why you unshaved?
That is officially my cover photo on Facebook. I am loving that.
For his birthday.
But yes,
Well, I
that
guess-
is
and,
our.
and that was episode 99 last week. The band back together.
And trust me when I tell you, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
We're here for the first 100.
We're gonna be here for the
another
next 200.
100.
The
next
next 100.
And for whatever happens this summer, prepare yourself because the Stronghold and Zach Martinkus and myself, Jay Warren, we're going to be preparing to get into the wrestling business. So this show is not only a staple to what's to come for 2016, but 2016 is all of our years. Prepare yourselves because we're coming. Top Rope Promotions. You can see the shirt. I'm promoting y'all. I love this, but we're doing this for us because we are a unit and we're just getting started.
Oh yeah, you got the mind, the body, and the soul of the Stronghold. We are the Stronghold. Believe that and believe the
hype.
Awesome job,
And that music
bro.
was phenomenal. Woo!
I swear to God, I thought you were really gonna like lose breath anytime soon. I'm like, oh man, do we need to call a medic anytime soon?
Oh, wait a minute. We
that
have
was
one more mystery to solve.
What is under the
There's one more thing
What's
under
under the
there.
black sheet?
Julian, do you want to do the honors?
Yes, drum roll, please. As I get up from the seat, put down my
God.
championship.
Do I even want to know? Okay.
Settle down. Someone adjust the camera to right here. That's right. Put that thing right here, cause
Right here.
right here though, not to this pretty face right here, but right here though, and
Where's behind?
Oh no!
no. Hide
Hello.
it. You saw nothing.
This is the printer's brother. My name is also Printer and I also love Love the big show. Paul White, the wrestler. The largest show in the WWE. The largest show in America. The largest show on the planet. The largest in the universe.
Okay.
All right, hold on, hold
did you
on.
kidnap him from England or something? Cause it.
The Revenge of
Was
the
he made
Printer.
in England? Was that it? Was
All
he
I
made
can
in
say
England?
to you is, bring it on. I'm
Oh.
not
Really now?
afraid of you.
Oh, no.
I'm only afraid of the Big Show
way.
and the Big Show's
No.
brother, who
No
is
way.
also named
Hold
the
it,
Big Show
hold
but
it,
speaks
hold it.
with a British accent.
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Okay, I could
What
deal
is
with the
this?
Printer. I could deal with his antics. But I am not going to deal with Printer with a snooty British accent.
Look at that.
No,
Look
no
at
more,
that.
no tea, no crumpets.
Bring it, Ken.
No, but oh, you
Oh,
wanna bring it?
you heard
no,
that.
No,
You
no,
heard
no,
that,
no,
right?
no, no,
Hand
no.
him the-
Zach,
Don't make me take
Zach,
this coat off, boy.
this is the 100th
Bring it, boy.
episode. We do things big. We do
Yeah,
things
British
bad.
part-time.
Do what you've been wanting to do ever since that copy cutout came into our lives. Do what you were meant to do.
Are you
This
really
is
giving
your
me permission
destiny.
to
Does
do
that
what I think you're
kendo
gonna do?
stick even work?
I think he insulted you, man.
Does that kendo stick even work?
Let's
Ooh.
find out.
Someone
You-
zoom in the camera because
In-
it's
in
about to be
a
on.
moment-
Someone ring the bell. Wait. I'm being referee in this. Hold up.
All right.
It's war.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, snap. It's about to be on.
Oh no.
So does this really mean I could get the correct? I
It
really
seems
can't?
like serious
it.
biz.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
You
Do
won't.
it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Folks,
Somebody cue
this is
music.
free.
Cue the music. Cue
Ding,
the
ding,
music.
ding.
Are you afraid?
Oh.
Really?
Oh no.
So I can.
Cue.
You know
Friend, cue the music.
There's no music. What music?
Yeah.
Cue the chicken music.
They're supposed to be trying to.
Everyone might want to back up.
I'll sing a song.
What to do?
Hit his front first.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
looks like he's-
Someone mentioned. Wait, someone say
Oh.
cake?
Move the cakes.
Oh. Yeah.
Baba
just
Black
might hit
Sheep,
us.
have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
Oh no.
It's on!
Ah!
Super Kick City!
Super kick party!
Woo!
That hurts.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
call the Big
good!
Show on the big cell phone and he'll take the big car down here to set the
Oh,
record
wait a minute, hold on,
straight.
hold on.
Oh no.
Bring
He's
that
gonna,
boy-
he's
bring
gonna get his
that
big
back up here.
brother. He's gonna get his big brother down here. Oh, I'm so scared.
Tag me in. You already know.
Nah, I need to get one little thing.
Where's-
People, I don't encourage violence, but I need this.
Thanks for the love tap.
Oh! Oh!
Woo!
Whoa! Double stomp!
The printer is
Okay,
done.
show must go on.
Ding dong, the printer's dead. Whistle.
3 times.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
Stronghold for
Yay!
life. Oh, wait, for the pin. Someone count it.
1, 2, 3.
Times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be.
And on that lovely note,
Someday
We are the Stronghold. This is the Wrestling Connection.
Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da dee, da da da, da 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 da.
Everybody!
100. Next week, 101. Let's go.
Lovers.
Dreamers and me.
Here's to another 100 episodes.
This is WWE.
Here's to another
Happy
100
100th
episode,
episode,
and
everyone.
a printerless future.
Yes!
Someone bring
Yes!
a camera on that.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes.
Yes! We did it! Oh no! Something slaughtered. I'm getting off here. No.
That was the boom.
Up. Movie face.
Wow. Should have moved the stool.